Joe Moore Award at the end of the year for the outstanding O-line, David. They are going to try and establish the line of scrimmage with their physicality.
Man, it's a tremendous challenge with this defensive line because you know that. Like, you've got to be aggressive. You've got to be physical. I've got to take away their ability to run the football first. This unit's nasty. They're dirty. I love it.
After picking up a couple, it's 2nd and 8. Back to pass. Quarterback now breaking the field. Quarterback feeling the pressure, and down he goes at the 22. Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. On 3rd down, he'll try to pick it up through the air. That pass not close as he got drilled trying to deliver it, and it'll bring up 4th down.
The hardest thing to do in football is to play on the road. So you want to get those fans as quiet as possible. That is a great opening possession for this defense, not giving up any big plays and forcing the 4th down.
It's complete to the right. Turns out to be an easy conversion for this offense as they move the chains on 4th down. He unleashed a bullet on that pass and converted the 4th down.
Gotta love it. Some people get conservative. Some people don't want to mess up. 4th down, you could tell. He wanted that window, and he threw it as hard as he could. Throws a strike to the wide receiver. Gets the big 4th down conversion.
Coaches always harp about staying ahead of the chains, and when you can run with that type of efficiency on 1st down, man, you are doing just that.
The Bulls can really attack on this 2nd and short. Receiver on the move gets the touch pass. This junior making his presence felt and making the stop after a short gain.
Well, and on these little push passes, timing is so important. You're trying to snap it right as he's getting a full head of steam. When he gets the ball, he's hitting the outside, and David, it puts the defense in such a difficult spot.
You immediately have to be rotating when you see that motion, so everybody's got to communicate. Turning it on!
Now well within striking distance as that 3rd down play gets him a first at the 29.
Shotgun fundamentals are so key. He was like a shortstop. Caught the shotgun snap and right away rifled it out of his hands like he was turning two. That was beautiful.
There to make the tackle, but the big throw was quick enough to give him the 1st down.
And a nice job working the middle of the field. I think it's so important to keep defenses honest, and you can't just dink and dunk outside. You got to work the middle. Great job finding this wide receiver over the middle of the field.
Military stun! Military! Looking to throw on 1st down. Got it behind the line. It's Montgomery. Touchdown! All that baby in and stroll into the end zone for the score.
Well, you know this offensive coordinator scripts his opening 10, 15 plays, and didn't even do that. They went 9 plays and scored a touchdown. Everything working perfectly. They look like a well-oiled machine early in this game offensively.
And he's going to bring it out. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. So BYU's offense will go to work for the first time today. And this running game, Jesse, which has been suspect, is going to run into a stone wall in that linebacking game.
I think the big question then is, how is this offense going to have any balance in this game? They need to find creative ways to run the football. We've seen this linebacker shut down much better running backs than what they have on offense.
There he goes. And the explosiveness, the big gainer, gets it to the 49-yard line.
And this defense is going to have their hands full because they're going to need to be comfortable with guys one-on-one on islands in the perimeter of the field. And they're just going to have to make better plays than what we saw right there. They knew this offense was going to try to be aggressive. You've got to need better effort in the back end for this defense.
And you want to run the football. I mean, that's okay. You'll take some of these. But if they start to add up down the road, obviously, you might want to think about airing it out a little bit.
Back to pass on 2nd down. Strong pass rush gets to the quarterback, and they get him at the 46.
And it's such an advantage for this defense to have an outside linebacker like that can rush the passer because they can set the edge. They can get off the ball, and they're just way too fast for tight ends or for offensive tackles to get out and block them.
On 3rd and long, he'll need to loosen up that arm. And that's incomplete. A defender all over him. Knocked the ball to the ground. Fourth down coming up. BYU will bring the punt team on the field. First time we've seen their punt team this afternoon. Let's see what he can do with it. He'll get it to about the 25 before they put a stop to the return. Buffalo has it back. Let's see what the Bulls offense can do. Already a solid start to this one. Now back to work with this 7-0 lead. Can't make the connection. The pressure there caused the missed timing.
There's a lot of QBs that when they get hit and when they get hurried and when they get pressured, they become very average. Really nice job by the defense, pressuring the quarterback.
They'll ride the running back and leave it winning. That one can really put this drive into high gear as they have a first down at the 37. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Looking to throw on first down. Finds his tight end. He puts him in business across the 50 into the 46-yard line. It'll be first down.
As a head coach, you love it when your quarterback is locked in early. Opening drive, throws a touchdown pass. Really nice throw on that last play. Here in the second drive, he's firing on all cylinders. You can tell this guy did his homework coming into this game, and right now it's paying off.
And they'll wrestle him to the ground after a short gain. Try to make up for some of that lost ground on second down. Looking to fire. And the pass is incomplete thanks to a big hit.
This defense has a lot of speed, especially in the secondary, and you saw that speed. That defender got to that receiver so quick, and because of the hit, incomplete pass.
That pass is well off target. He got hit as he was trying to throw, and they can't convert on third down.
We're already in the first quarter, but already you get the feeling this could be a long day for this QB. He's already been sacked. He gets hit right there on the incomplete throw. They've got to find a way to do a better job up front of protecting this guy, or it's going to be difficult to put up points.
With the Cats, it's Gay. They knock him down, but he's got enough to get it across the line and pick up the first down. As they get set to snap it, just about to reach the end of the quarter. Gonna run it. It's Wade. They make the stop, and that will likely bring us to the end of the first quarter. Guys, we've reached the end of the quarter, and Buffalo is on top. And we've come to the end of one. And let's take a quick moment to catch up on the stats. So second down here as we're back at it after the break. Wants to go up top. Under fire. He's got it down low. And the defense settled in to stop that one for a short gain.
Slant routes, they're good against man coverage, but they're good against zone coverage too. If that receiver can find the soft spot between the linebacker and the DB, you'll take that throw all day.
They're working that left side. Not enough to move the sticks. First down from the 17. Third down, a lot of times it comes down to not necessarily who's the most open, who do you trust the most?
No, it's not about the X's and the O's. It's about the Jimmys and the Joes. And remind
One of the reasons this offense is so exciting to watch, they've got guys that are dangerous after the catch. And if this quarterback gets through his progression, David, and hits you in stride, these guys will take it to the house.
man, it's your job to do the rest, right? You hit me in stride where I don't have to stop running. I don't have to break down. It makes it so easy. connection between quarterback, wide receiver. You can tell this is a good one, and that's why they got 6 on that play.
The kick is up and good, and put one more on the lead. And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin.
Guys, every game in the Big Ten so very critical. How about this one today? Rutgers is lighting up the scoreboard right now thanks to a dazzling offensive display. They're up 14 over Penn State. We'll let you know if anything else comes out of Big Ten country from this one. Back to you.
Thanks for the update on that one, Kevin. Let us know when it goes final. They're going to open this drive with a pass. Fires to the wideout. Working the middle. Stopped him at the 41, but that's a big pickup of 15. After a big gainer on that first play, now they can really go for it on 1st and 10. One on top on 1st down. Hit hard just as he released it on 1st down. He just couldn't get it to the receiver.
Well, nice job by the defense. They're playing with a big lead. They know the offense has to throw it, and they are inviting throws over the middle of the field, knowing they can break on these passes and maybe pick one off. Offense lucky that wasn't a turnover.
Plenty of distance between them and the sticks here on 2nd down. He'll do it himself. Knocked down behind the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard. Here they come, facing 3rd and long from the 40. Trying play action. That's caught. It's Selvia. That's not quite going to be enough as they stop him 4 yards short of the marker. Looks as if BYU will have to punt it away. Blocked those heels at the 10 and didn't go backwards. He makes the fair catch there. The Buffalo offense headed back to the field. They've already put a couple of scores up, and they look to add to it on this drive. A strike downfield. And he's got enough for the 1st down. They'll mark it up to 34. New set of downs after the completion. Wants to throw on 1st down. They needed a big play, and they got it. And the 4th down for the 1st down.
All right, defense. It ain't working, right? They're stringing together several 1st downs here. We're going to need to change this up, find something we can disrupt the quarterback and mess up this offense a little bit.
Inside the 35, knocked out of bounds. This offense with the big play, and they'll mark it up at 33. And the Bulls will snap it on 1st and 10. Out of the gun, the inside handoff, looking for a crease. Nice pickup on the ground there. They'll move the sticks for the 1st down.
You got to be impressed by what you've seen by this offense so far in this game. In the first half, they've got a nice lead, and they've been able to do it with explosive plays, but they've also been able to do it with efficiency and getting 1st downs and staying on the field. And you saw another great example right there running the football. Anything they want to do right now is working.
The Bulls with a long way to go after the loss on the last play. He's got his man. And the defense had that one well covered, just a short gain there.
Hey, man, I played with Tiki Barber and the Giants, Frank Gore and the 49ers, LaDainian Tomlinson in the Senior Bowl. These guys wanted to catch passes in our offense.
And it's caught. Touchdown, Bulls. No midseason concentration laps here in Week 7 as they push out that lead. And with the extra point, they're up 21-0.
One of the areas they really focused on with this receiver in the offseason was we need you to make more plays for us in the end zone. When we're taking shots, we need you to be able to step up and make tough catches. And David, what a grab right there.
And I think a lot of that has to do with trusting your guy, knowing where he's going to be, knowing when he's going to sit down, when he's not, so being on the same page, and then having a guy that can go get it. Just when the ball is near him, he's going to make the play, just like he did right there for 6 points.
Connection to the right. They bring him down, but the big play will move the sticks. That's quite a start to a drive, and now they'll snap it from midfield. They'll give it to the back. Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender.
Run game is good. Balance is good. Notice if the run game isn't good, then you got to pass the football a little bit more. But sometimes you got to keep honest, take it chunk by chunk.
We're at the 2-minute the tight end. They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground to cover to pick up the first. They'll throw on 3rd and short. Unloads to the wideout. Got his man to the left. There he goes. Touchdown, BYU. He got loose, and it was lights out after that.
Really nice job working the route, getting himself open, and he was able to locate the football, snag it out of the air, and this guy now has 5 receiving touchdowns on the year.
Getting set for the point after. And after the extra point, they're now down 21-7. Quick work on that scoring drive, just 4 plays. And they close the deal from 43 yards out with a touchdown pass. And he takes this from inside the 5. Buffalo has it back. Let's see what the Bulls offense can do. They've been outstanding here in this first half. Might as well try for the knockout punch, David.
Yeah, confidence.
Intercepted.
And he makes a play in the back end. Nice job reading the pass, and that's his 2nd of the season. This guy, unbelievable job seeing the quarterback, breaking on the quarterback, and going and getting that big play.
They'll start this drive going to the air. We got a timeout here late in the first half. They'll try to get more points on the board before the break. And the Cougars have put themselves in dire straits after that last play. It's 2nd and a mile. Looking to fire. Right down the middle. Tight end getting vertical. They ripped off a big one, and they get it down to the 27. First down here for the offense. Looking downfield on first down. And the quarterback will take a sack back at the 36.
And they've been waiting for something good to happen with respect to getting after the quarterback, right? They're outside of the top 100 in the country in sacks per game, but finally now you see they're generating this pass rush. 3 sacks on the game so far.
Timeout called by the offense, and now they just have 1 remaining in the half. On the run, it's Murphy. And just wedges it ahead a bit before he's brought down.
And that run really didn't go anywhere. And a lot of times we don't focus on it enough, but how important those 5 guys are up front. To get on those defensive linemen.
Can't find the man, and he'll be knocked down at the 40. And they're running out the kicker to give it a try. He's going to have to break out the thunderfoot on this one, a 57-yard attempt. He slides that just inside the right upright. That cuts into the deficit. It's now 21-10. First half in the book. Time now to join Kevin Connors in our halftime update. And the Bulls will kick it off to start the second half. And he's coming out of the end zone. And the returner will be dragged down. BYU has it back. The Cougars ready to get into that playbook. If they're going to get on top in this game, they're going to have to find a way to get the running game going in the second. Breaks into the open. And he surges up to the 36-yard line, and they'll move the chain.
And in this offense, you know, as a quarterback, you're going to get opportunities to put up some pretty big numbers. You've been impressed watching this guy play early this year. With that last pass completion, he's now already over 2,000.
Pressure is on the way, and the pressure has arrived, and down he goes at the 30.
And this offense has to do a better job protecting the quarterback. They're already down 2 possessions. You know the pass has to come at some point, but they got to keep him clean. They can't get by.
And the pressure is coming in, and they get him again.
You have to imagine the game plan in the second half. Being down, I got to come out and throw the football successfully, but how about this offensive line? They don't do their job. They don't protect their guy, and the defense setting the tone right out the gate.
Rush is on him. With the catch, it's Selby. And a good job in coverage there as they stop it after just a few. BYU will bring the punt team on the field. He'll try to really get into this one. He will not make the pass. Field the punt and bring it back. Tries to find a little more running room on that return, but he'll be stopped at the 36. The Buffalo offense headed back to the field. Let's go, let's go. Quick pass on the fly motion. Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender.
And these little touch passes, man, they're just the easiest completions ever for quarterbacks. Palmer, I bet you would have loved being able to just flip it forward. That counts as to your completion percentage, which is good. And then it's all run after the catch. So easy for a QB.
You wouldn't have been the only All-American in this group game if I were allowed to make kind of push passes when I was playing quarterback. I'll tell you that. It is so hard to defend. It's so hard to seal that edge, especially when it's...
Now with a great opportunity as they pick up the first down, they've got it at the 40. The Bulls come to the line with a new set of downs. Bulls and fires complete to the right. And just a short, safe pass play, they pick up a few. And here comes the offense on second down. Wants to go up top. Intercepted, big play, stops the drive. Takes it back inside. They'll mark him at the 39-yard line, and the interception has set up great field position. The BYU offense headed back out to go on the attack. To the air on first down. Just too much heat that time, and they knock him down at the 31. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. The Cougars now with a long way to go to pick up the first down. From the gun, the running back looking for room. Good pickup on the ground, and they'll mark him down at the 39. And this offense is desperate to keep this drive alive, trailing by multiple possessions, and it's getting late. On third and long, trying to have a big completion here. He is a menace rushing the passer, career sack number 20.
I mean, some people just have a knack for getting to the quarterback. What a great job throughout his career. Getting there, getting him down, getting pressures. He has been a quarterback's worst nightmare.
I was just going to say, David, don't sleep well as a quarterback the night before you have to play against this guy because he is going to sack you. That is a guarantee. Death, taxes, and sacks for that guy.
Oh, he's ready to take a shot. And it was worth the gamble, but the long pass is incomplete.
And sometimes you see great shooters and they get on fire and they just can't miss. And that's what this QB looks like the last couple weeks, man. Just completion percentage through the roof, running the offense at an elite level. You can tell in complete control of this offense.
He's brought down, but it'll be enough for a first down. And the Bulls come to the line in the hurry-up. Looking to throw on first down. Just a short pass to the tight end. And they pick up just a few on that completion. Working well behind the sticks on second down. Here we go. Back to pass. Going downfield for the big play. Hits him in stride inside the 10. Touchdown, Buffalo. Made the grab and then did the rest himself, and they put points on the board. And the extra point will tack another one onto this lead. This is like a baseball pitcher that can't miss. He was just pounding his strike zone.
It just gets in the zone, right? When you can't miss, you've seen quarterbacks get like that no matter what they do. They're on fire. They're hitting the receivers. And listen, that's also on the defense. The defense has to do a better job making him feel uncomfortable, changing what they're doing in coverage so he's a little bit confused. You can't just let him pick you apart.
BYU has it back. The Cougars ready to get into that playbook. They're down 28-10, and I don't think it's exaggerating to say their chance of winning this football game probably rides on this drive. Makes the catch.
Yeah, the defense has to be careful with this slot receiver running these drag routes. You can't lose him. If he catches it on the other side and turns up the sideline, you can take it to the house.
The run from the shotgun. A collision, and he stopped at the 27 after picking up one.
And, man, the big fellas up front, they don't get a lot of credit. They don't get talked about a lot unless it's negative. But They're the big component, man. They've got to get some push, to get some running lanes, get this running game going. They're the ones that make it go.
Throws for the tight end. Wide open downfield. Running it on. And it looked as if he might take that one all the way to the house. Just ran out of a little steam, and the defense finally got him. They'll snap it from the 30 on first down. Looking to throw on first down. Snagged in the middle. It's Fowler. That's about as close as you can get to that marker, and it will be second and just a few breaths away from the first down. And talk about spreading the ball around. Everyone getting a chance to show off the hands based on the number of targets we've seen. It'll be second down as we open the final stanza. Gets the back moving. Looking for room. It's Murphy. And he never had a chance. Just stopped cold as soon as he got it.
Yeah, this offense, man, it's been a struggle bus. And they haven't clicked yet. They haven't found what they're really, really good at. And I'll tell you this, it's in the fourth quarter, later in the game, obviously. They need to start airing this thing out. We got to get back in this football game because I don't know if y'all realize this, but we're down by a lot.
This might depend on the spot, but I think he's going to come up just inches short of converting that third down. Down by multiple possessions, they can't come up empty on this drive in the fourth quarter. They'll go for it on fourth down. And BYU will get the first down. Probably the only people upset about going for it on fourth down, the punters, who don't seem to see the field as much as they used to.
Not when you've got a running back like that. He just has like a sixth sense. He always seems like he can just find the crease, especially in these short yardage situations. He comes up with a huge play there on fourth down.
It's complete on the right side. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage. Well, that helped the completion percentage, but the idea was yards after the catch. They didn't have it.
Great job on defense, too. See ball, get ball. They saw exactly when that ball was spit out. You saw the defense fly to the football.
Holds it in. They get him stopped at the 5-yard line, but it will be first and goal from there.
And I love the awareness by the wide receiver on that play because I'm not sure that route was supposed to be that deep. You got to wonder if the receiver decided maybe to adjust the route a little bit to make sure that he got the first down.
You can't make the grab as he was looking for his man right at the goal line.
And that's kind of what we've seen from this offense all game long. It's been hard. It's been a struggle. And receiver and quarterback just not on the same page. Somebody out wide needs to step up, needs to make some plays for their QB because they're in a huge hole.
And the quarterback is knocked down back at the 13.
Pass. Now we're to the third and goal. You'd like to see this part of the field where you can exert some of that physicality, run the football. I know you're doing it. I know the field shrinks, but I'm going to be tougher than you, more physical than you, and I'm going to run the football down your throat.
Makes the grab on the left. He's a tough, crafty back, but he couldn't find his way to the marker, and it'll be fourth down. That leaves him with a tough fourth down situation. You'd love to just chip into the lead, but at this point, a touchdown's what you're at.
And I think it just clears up the decision-making later in the game, but I think you stay aggressive here. You try to get the touchdown. You're not going to have very many opportunities like this left in this ball game in the fourth quarter.
That's got it. Touchdown, Cougars. Made the grab and took it on in for the score.
Offense slips the running back out of the backfield. Nobody decides to cover. My man makes the play. Shows off the hands first. Got to make the catch first. Does the rest. Walks in the end zone for the touchdown.
He's able to grab the football, and the hands team gets the job done. Buffalo has it back. Let's see what the Bulls offense can do. They had to stand by and watch that scoring march, and now it's up to them to find a way to answer. They are on the move down to the 32, and they pick up another first down. Last completion moves the sticks, and let's see if they try it again. Finds his man. It's Gay. There he goes. Touchdown, Buffalo. And they add 6 more before that trip to the house. That score will give them a little more room to operate here in the fourth quarter as they go for their 6th straight win.
And this offense continuing to put up points. This game's out of reach. You know you're going to win, but still throwing the football, still finding that connection. I imagine there'll be some salty handshakes at the end of this game.
The BYU offense headed back out to go on the attack. From the gun, they'll try to impose their running game. Works ahead for a couple. They'll stop him at the 27. The Cougars in the hurry-up.
That wasn't a big game, but look at the offense. Right back on the ball, ready to call a play, ready to go fast.
Snagged out of the air. Ripping off a pretty good chunk of yardage. They've got it out to the 41 with a first down.
And after that long completion for the first down, did you see everybody sprinting to the line of scrimmage offensively? They want to go tempo right now.
Pulls it in. It's Murphy. He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there. Still a bit short of the first down.
And defensively, this is exactly what you want, right? You got the big lead, so you can play big zone coverages. Just keep the ball in front of you. Keep your eye on the quarterback. Rally with...
How about that elusiveness? He's got space. Offense on the move. A big play there. Gets it to the 30.
And I don't know if this defense knows what just hit them because they gave up the completion, they gave up a first down, and now here's the offense back up at the line of scrimmage again, going tempo.
Got a man. It's Murphy. The discard, and he's running free. Really nice job there by both guys to throw and the catch to work that defense and get the first down. Clock stops, and we've reached the 2-minute timeout. This offense looking for anything to cut into this big lead. BYU coming to the line with 1st and 10.
29 Philly. 2-9 Philly.
Gonna look downfield again. Fakes the catch. The ball is down at the 14 after that grab. Now they've got to hustle to the line and get set. Wants to fire on 2nd down. Zings it complete to the right. They get it down to the 7 on that pass play in prime position for a score. Boy, they'd love to move the sticks here and take a shot at it on 1st and goal. Waits the shuffle pass. Really strong job by the defense. A negative play on 3rd down. They're throwing for it on 4th down. Big man has it. It's a 1st down and more. Touchdown, BYU. Quick strike through the air for the score.
The one thing you know about this offense, they're going to keep fighting, right? They're down on the scoreboard right now, but they're trying everything they can. Nice job there, finding a way to score that touchdown. And listen, we've seen crazier things happen before in college football. This thing ain't over until there's zeros on the clock.
The Buffalo offense headed back to the field. They'll keep it on the ground. They want this clock to move. Defense uses a timeout quickly, trying to get that ball back and preserve time for their offense. They'll be perfectly content to go right back to the ground here on 2nd and 8. Quarterback making adjustments. 2nd down, he'll throw it. Quickly complete. They've got it inside the 30. They'll mark it at the 28. It's 1st down. Timeout called there by the defense, desperate to get the ball back and save as much time as possible. Now on 1st down from the 28. Wants to go up top on 1st down. Got the back over the middle. And the defense wrestles him to the ground.
This is exactly why this guy is your QB. He does such a great job of buying time, has such great speed, just stresses the defense. What do you want to do? You want to blitz me? Sure, I'm going to scramble outside the pocket, complete the pass. He's just posing so many problems and so many headaches.
And he really needed to hold on to that one, but it was not loose, and 3rd down is coming. The Bulls come to the line on 3rd and short, trying to convert here. down for a big loss.
Nice job by the defense. A lot of times offenses want time to mesh that RPO and read it. Nah, the defense got in there so fast, they didn't give him an option. Got the nice tackle for a loss, putting the offense in a worse situation.
On fourth down, looking for the completion. Finds him out of the backfield. Picks up enough to give them first and 10 from the 11. And the Wolves are in the hurry up. Wants to throw on first down. He makes a grab. Into the end zone. Touchdown, Buffalo. With that, they are closing in on bowl eligibility, but with this big lead and a 6-0 start, it's bigger dreams for this squad.
And you knew this one was over already, but how about an exclamation point to go with it? Another score for this offense. They've had themselves a great day, and the stats just continue to pile up.
Looking for Dillon from inside his 20. He'll be stopped, but good work there to get the ball out to the 37. And here we go. Final play of the game right here. Looking downfield on first down. Here's a throw downfield